This is a continuation of gameplay from Rise of the Dragonborn. I guess this is a part of the Dragonborn. This just continues her quest towards finding a sort of a home base for her and companions. Now, for those that are new, I play a game that's different to other people's games, of course. I play a Skyrim that has multiple characters. Multiple playable characters, guild characters. Each guild character has its own sort of personality, and the reason I like that is because I get to play someone who's completely new and fresh. Because as growing up, when I wanted to play games, I always thought, how cool would it be to switch from the main character just to some pissant and play as them, and you know, either die as them or become powerful as them would be amazing. And I always wanted that for Skyrim and any other game, like Watch Dogs, Legion, where you can jump into any, or you can control people. You just go and recruit someone out of the street, and I love that idea, man. So it came to a certain point in my storytelling in Skyrim to where I played Centaurus, who's my main support character, who was my main Dragonborn character, and I got to a point in the game where I had to retcon that he was a Dragonborn because it made no sense him being an Imperial soldier and then killing Thalmor. It just didn't make much sense to me. So there are so many things that brought to life a multiple playable character playthrough through Skyrim. It's a bit like a book or a TV series where the entire story of Skyrim isn't focused on one hero. It's focused on many heroes and many villains. And really, Elduin and my Dark Brotherhood character are pretty bad. But yeah, so if you're new, I play multiple characters. In this one, you're the Dragonborn. You haven't seen much of my other characters, unless you're like a long-time standing viewer of the channel. You might have seen bits and pieces here. I'm still learning how to do all this stuff. Like I get lost pretty easily, because I'm trying to do pictures, like the Nexus stories, and try to do YouTube videos, and trying to manage my characters. Like, I manage my character stories really well, but managing how I share it, that's fucking really hard. Like, that's such a pain in the ass to try and manage. Now, these are basic standard quests, and hopefully you enjoy the gameplay, but there's certain bits where I'll talk, you know, during certain things. And hopefully you enjoy the gameplay until you hear my very beautiful voice. And yeah, I'll mention things here and there. So hopefully you enjoy. And yeah, this is the journey of the Ragni, the Dragonborn, finding a home base for the Blades.
Welcome to the Thalmor Embassy. Your invitation, please. Thank you, ma'am. Go right in.
It's actually this quest right here where I decided to play a new character. Because back in the day, Centaurus was a Dragonborn, and I set the war to be like a very long-standing war, right? And then maybe a year and a half through the war, the dragon would turn up and decimate the town that he's in, or his troops, or the Stormplay soldiers, and he'd become the Dragonborn and follow this journey to become the Dragonborn. But it wouldn't really pay off, because it come to a point to where I'm in this place right here as an Imperial soldier, and then I'm killing Thalmor. Just didn't sit right with me. That, you know, there's no way that Thalmor are going to let a Dragonborn stay in the Empire. You know, like, they're going to, like, nah, we want him right now. He's broken the law, he's caused acts of war, this and that, and they would have lost their shit and demanded, you know, and I couldn't really rub that off and go, oh, I'm just going to join the Imperial Army, finish the war, and then I'll deal with the consequences. They wouldn't allow that. There's no way you'd let someone like that. So, Ragni was born. And this was shortly after watching Avatar: Last Airbender and Legends of Korra. So, yeah, multiple characters were born this day, and here she is, in this very spot where my mind created her, I guess.
Wish you were here now.
These storm cloaks are nothing more than an armed mob.
Very much so, yes. Ellenwood's parties are always so elegant. She really has impeccable taste. My only regret is that she doesn't host them more often.
Well, I did hear that the Argonians have been banned from living
It was a
inside the
pleasure,
walls of
thank you.
Windhelm. They're only allowed on the city docks now. Most of them sleep
The
together.
Great
in
War
one
is long past. It's time the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion put aside their differences. Prosperity is good for everyone. You must be new to Skyrim, or you'd already know who I am. I have a stake in most anything of importance in Solitude. I feel that it's time to put aside the grievances of the past and let peace and prosperity flourish between the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion. I try to do my little part. Besides, just between you and me, it's making me pots of money. Not every Nord is obsessed with strength, honor, and skill at arms. A rare few are born with a gift for making money. My investments are my strength, and my wealth is my weapon. As for honor, well, there are some luxuries even I can't afford. Very well, then. There's a likely-looking filly, even if she is an elf.
Please, help yourself to... Quite often, yes. The only thing I enjoy more than luxury is sharing that luxury with those who can appreciate it. But I also enjoy learning the latest gossip and hearing the most intriguing rumors. Of course not. One does not gather the most important men and women of Skyrim
I like what I see,
and then
my
serve
dear.
them cheap ale
And believe me, I
instead
don't say
of
that
bread.
to everyone. I'm
Do
very
enjoy
discriminating when it comes to the female form.
Thank you, sir. Was there anything else I could do for you?
Oh, not at the moment. Maybe later. Don't go far.
Yes, sir.
I heard Elenwen say she's going to open a bottle of her best firebrand wine later. I can hardly wait.
You speak truly.
Did you see that serving girl?
I'm not sure that it's news.
I hear elf
Lately, it seems like every blacksmith
insatiable.
in Skyrim is out to prove that he's the equal.
Really? Yes, maybe that would be
It's
just the
not really a
thing.
fair comparison.
She seemed to be playing hard to get when I spoke to her earlier. Go on. See
How
what she
is any
says.
smith going to compete
Now
with
you've
that?
gone and gotten my hopes up.
Erica, right? He was talking to me earlier. I could tell what he was after. I hate working these parties. Some of the guests are nice, but there's always a few like... Please tell him to leave me alone. Politely. I'm sure you'll have better luck getting through to him than I would.
Soldiers all fighting in the war. There's
Good
no
day.
way to hunt down the bandits. Travel has become dangerous of late.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. Have you heard any news? Have you talked to Braylus yet? I'm not a patient man, you know.
Walls of Windhelm. They're only allowed on the city docks.
What?
Most of the
That
seats
little
are in one
tease?
And there is
Leading me
more
on and
restrictions.
turning cold at the last minute? I don't think so.
I'm
So,
sorry,
you
sir.
think you can
I
toy
didn't mean
with
to
me,
give you the
is that
wrong
it?
impression earlier.
No,
I
my
meant no
dear, I have my
disrespect.
heart. Oh, don't worry, I'll let you make it up to me. Now, where can we go for a little privacy?
No, I'm sorry, but I can't go anywhere with you. I won't. Please, I must get back to my duties.
Don't you dare walk away from me, you slut! Do you know who I am?
Please, sir, leave me alone.
Now you're going to
Let's
be
go,
sorry you...
before anyone notices us.
Elenwen! This servant girl has been throwing herself at me in a most disgusting manner.
Is that so, Erica? And you with such delicate sensibilities? It must have been most upsetting.
I demand that you have this wench removed from my presence
Comes,
at once.
Malcolm. You know I don't like strange smells in my kitchen.
A guest feeling ill. Leave the poor wretch be.
A guest? In the kitchens? You know this is against the rules.
It's not true.
Rules, is it, Zavani? I didn't realize that eating moon sugar was permitted. Perhaps I should ask the ambassador.
Get out of here. I saw nothing.
Your gear is in that chest. I'll lock the door behind you. Don't screw this up. Hurry it up. I've got to get back before I'm missed.
Well, I'm glad that little unpleasantness is over.
Is my staff seeing to your needs?
I need to lock the door behind you, or the patrols might notice something's wrong.
Splendid.
Did
Good
you
luck.
see those robes
You're on
marching
your own.
this morning? Who are they with? More of the emissaries' treaty enforcers? No, they're high mages, just in from Alinor. I guess herself is finally getting worried about all the dragon attacks. Ah, good. I've been wondering how we were supposed to defend this place from a dragon. If a dragon does show up, maybe we'll get lucky, and it will eat the mages first. Might give us enough time to kill it. Ha! I'd like to see those arrogant bastards taken down a notch. Always looking down their noses at us lowly foot sloggers. Well, we'd better get back to our rounds.
But I need that money. I earned it. I have my own expenses, you know.
Silence! Do not presume, Gisser. You are most useful, but do not presume. We have other informants who are less offensive.
But no one else has brought you such valuable information, have they? Etienne, he's talked, hasn't he? He knows where that old man is you're looking for. He told me himself.
You'll get the rest of your money when we confirm his story, as agreed.
So he has talked. I knew it.
Everyone talks, in the end. Now, I have work to do. Leave me to it if ever you want to see the rest of your payment.
Can I could help you. He talked to me. He trusts me.
You'd like to come downstairs with me, is that it, Gisser? Shall we loose his bonds and put you in a cell together? You can ask him anything you like and see how he answers.
No, I'll wait outside.
That would probably be best. Now, get out.
I knew he was telling the truth. I can always tell.
Stop, please. I don't know anything else. Don't you think I'd have told you already?
Silence. You know the rules. Do not speak unless spoken to. Master Rollindale will ask the questions. Let's begin again.
No, for pity's sake. I've already told you everything. No!
Start at the beginning, as usual.
Listen up, spy. You're trapped in here, and we have your accomplice. Surrender immediately, or you both die.
Over here!
Now the Thalmor will be hunting me for the rest of my life. I hope it was worth it.
I told you. I don't know anything else about it. What? Who? What do you want then?
Yeah. Come on, this way. I've seen the guards use it to get rid of bodies. It must... whatever you want. But let's go, now.
You gotta help me. Please. Oh, thank you. I don't understand what's happening. I can't stay here. What will I do now?
Did you learn anything useful?
Really?
That seems hard to believe. You're sure about that? You're right.
There's nothing
I
that's
was
too
sure
low
it
for
must have
them.
been them. If not the Thalmor, who? Or what? Esbern? He's alive? I thought the Thalmor must have got him years ago. That crazy old man. Figures the
Damn
Thalmor would be on
rebels.
his trail, though, if they were trying to find out what's going on with the dragons. You mean aside from wanting to kill every blade they can lay their hands on? Esbern was one of the Blade's archivists, back before the Thalmor smashed us during the Great War. He knew everything about the ancient dragon lore of the Blades. Obsessed with it,
Can't
really.
wait to
Nobody
see
paid
that
much
again.
attention back then.
We have another thing coming.
I guess he wasn't as crazy as we all thought. Riften, eh? Probably down in the Ratway, then. It's where I'd go. You'd better get to Riften. Ask around the Ragged Flagon in the Ratway. It's at least a good starting point. Oh, and when you find Esbern, if you think I'm paranoid, you may have some trouble getting him to trust you. Just ask him where he was on the 30th of Frostfall. You'll know what it means.
think we need their laws.
I made sure that Riften was under the control of the Empire, but this doesn't make much sense. The Thalmor walking through Riften, you know, on the hunt for the Dragonborn. Wouldn't make much sense. So, again, more immersive, the Empire runs it, the Thalmor can just walk straight on in. Here we get to meet our second character, second guild character, Tonriel. She's a Wood Elf, and she's now the head of the Thieves Guild. She joins up with Team Dragonborn, but not exactly joins up with Team Dragonborn as herself. I mean, it doesn't really pay off. There, she's right here. Letting everyone know who you are. Because either one of those Civil War companions of the Dragonborns is going to be, well, victorious. And it's not good business letting them know exactly who you are. She doesn't join them out of the kindness of his heart. She joins him. She joins them because with dragons burn everything to the ground, there's no gold to be made. She joins out of, well,
No, that's not me. I'm
not
not
the
desperate.
safety
I
and
don't know
love
what
of
you're
everybody in
talking
Skyrim to be a hero, but to keep the gold flowing. And we'll meet her really soon. It's kind of short clip. You can pause if you want, but when she appears, it scares the kind of shit out of me. Like I put her there, but she moved out of the road and into the darkness, and it was perfect because I heard her. Like I was looking for her. I didn't know where the hell she went, and she went. she went. And I was like, what the fuck? And I turned around, and then she was in the darkness, and I saw two little glim lights of her eyes from the Nightingale helmet, and she was like she was Batman in the darkness. She was fucking invisible. It was freaky, and I loved it. It was like a movie moment.
There we are. Come in, come in.
Make yourself at home. That's better. Now we can talk. So, Delphine keeps up the fight after all these years. I thought she'd have realized it's hopeless by now. I tried to tell her years ago. Yes, so you said. But so what? The end is upon us. I may as well die here as anywhere else. I'm tired of running. Haven't you figured it out yet? What more needs to happen before you all wake up and see what's going on? Alduin has returned just like the prophecy said. The dragon from the dawn of time who devours the souls of the dead. No one can escape his hunger, here or in the afterlife. Alduin will devour all things, and the world will end. Nothing can stop it. I tried to tell them. They wouldn't listen. Fools. It's all come true. All I could do was watch our doom approach. Yes. You see, you know, but you refuse to understand. Oh yes, it's all been foretold. The end has begun. Alduin has returned. Only a Dragonborn can stop him. But no Dragonborn has been known for centuries. It seems that the gods have grown tired of us. They've left us to our fate as the plaything of Alduin the World Eater. What? You are? Can it really be true? Dragonborn? Then there is hope. The gods have not abandoned us. We must go. Quickly now. Take me to Delphine. We have much to discuss. Give me just
this word.
We know of the wreck.
Anything else?
I know it wasn't really much, but that was like in the darkness. You can actually see her, just a name, and she's a nightingale now. So I created a new NPC that would have a different sort of look, gonna hide her look like the Grey Cow would. Since Grey Cow and the Nocturnal armor is the same sort of armor, made with the same digit prints. So it hides their identity. So her skin color, her eye color, her hair color's changed. But she's now a companion of the Dragonborn. Not, like I said, not for the sole purpose of saving the world, but to make sure the dragons don't burn everything to the ground, and no more gold be made.
Now then, I assume you know about...
Oh yes, Dragonborn, indeed. Yes, oh, this changes everything, of course. There's no time to lose. We must locate. Let me show you. I know I had it here somewhere.
Esbern, what?
Give me just a moment. Give me just, you see, right here. Skyhaven Temple. Constructed around one of the main Akaviri military camps in the Reach during their conquest of Skyrim.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Shh! This is where they built Alduin's Wall, to set down in stone all their accumulated dragon lore. A hedge against the forgetfulness of centuries. A wise and foresighted policy, in the event. Despite the far-reaching fame of Alduin's Wall at the time, one of the wonders of the ancient world, its location was lost.
Esbern, what are you getting at?
You mean, you don't mean to say you haven't heard of Alduin's Wall? Either of you?
Let's pretend we haven't. What's Alduin's Wall, and what does it have to do with stopping the dragons?
Alduin's Wall was where the ancient blades recorded all they knew of Alduin and his return. Part history, part prophecy. His location has been lost for centuries. but I've found it again. Not lost, you see, just forgotten. The Blade's archives held so many secrets. I was only able to save a few scraps.
So you think that Alduin's wall will tell us how to defeat Alduin?
Well, yes, but there's no guarantee, of course.
Skyhaven Temple it is, then. I knew you'd have something for us, Esbern. I know the area of the reach that Esbern's talking about, near what's now known as Karthspire, in the Karth River Canyon. We can meet you there, or all travel together. Your call. Your call. Don't worry, I'll get Esbern there in one piece. We'll wait for you near Karthspire. Good luck.
Here's the blood seal, another of the lost Akaviri arts. No doubt triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn. Look here. You see how the ancient blades revered me with Cyrodiil? This whole place appears to be a shrine to Raymond. He ended the Akaviri invasion under mysterious circumstances, I recall.
If you need help drawing some blood, let me know.
After the so-called Battle of Pale Pass, the Akaviri went into his service. This was the foundation stone of the Second Empire.
It's coming to life. You did it. After you, Dragonborn.
And this becomes Team Dragonborn's base of operations. Quite a few more people join. Cecilia showed Ragnar that she was actually a vampire, and she wasn't happy about that, but Cecilia kind of gave her Dawnbreaker as sort of like a peace treaty. Like, I know you hate vampires, I'm not a bad one, here's a sword that can kill them. And Ragnar understood that not all vampires are evil, because she'd worked with Ragnar before that helped her avenge her family. In the show, in the video Ragnar's Revenge, and she understood that Cecilia wasn't an evil person, you know, even though she was a vampire. And so, since she was accepting of a vampire, she took in Cecilia's new protege, which is Zarida, who was a Red Guard traveller that, you know, was imprisoned and, you know, by vampires and fed on, and she turned and I got picture sets to that, and it was fun. She was a little little character I played as for a while. Played as her as a living, beautiful mercenary, and then she died, turned to a pale vampire. And so, and eventually Freya's companions, Octavia, which is also another character I played as, and Rosella joined up, and they got beds, like, they got bedrolls on the floor right beside Alduin's wall. The place is packed. I've got bedrolls all over the friggin' place to try and fit all these companions that I've now got. I've still only got 2 companions, 2 male companions, which is, I need more. I really need more. So I might have some people that just travel out of Temrail, like, you know, travelling around Temrail that heard the word of the Dragonborn and joins up. Someone that I haven't directly played as, but someone that, you know, characters that will be interesting. Yeah. I'm now at the point to where I've got the Mages Guild character, but not in this story. We'll get to that in the next one. That will be the last guild character that joins on the Team Dragonborn. And the fun thing about that is I actually took point of her, because before Maneva joined the Mages Guild, which is the Mages Guild character, she was a Dwemer, you know, archaeologist sort of explorer character. She went across the ruins of Hammerfell and even the Alien ruins and tombs of different peoples, and she explored, you know, these hidden areas. And so during that quest, the Dragonborn needs to find Elder Scroll. The best person to lead him to safety through Dwemer ruins and Blackreach was the very person that was experienced in doing such things, and I really liked that. It was fun. It was a fun way to play that quest as someone that wasn't the Dragonborn. The Dragonborn was actually a follower, and I love that. I love the idea that the Dragonborn, the main character of Skyrim, was a follower to the player. We'll get into that in the next one, where she finds Elder Scroll and faces it against Elduin. Hope you've enjoyed. Remember to look after yourselves, keep yourselves safe, and more will come out eventually. And eventually when I've done all these, when I've actually finished the main quest, I do want to pop a little story, like a 15-20 minute story, kind of breezing through the Dragonborn story as Centauros, as a 50-year-old man,
We'll look around Sky
writing these stories, kind of remember everything that he saw and did and what he was part of. But it's sort of like it happened a long time ago, sort of way. Anyway, I'm out of here. Enjoy yourselves. Look after yourselves. Peace out.
In search of the Dragonborn. Here are the Akaviri, the blades. You see their distinctive longswords. Now they need their ancient mission fulfilled, as the last Dragonborn contends with Aldrin at the end of time. Are you paying attention, Elfie? You might learn something of our own history.